like there's no tomorrow. I will let loose, I'll be free. Got my whole life, it's been on my mind. I know exactly what I need to start this fire. It's the time and place so many know. It's a place many will go. Just try it once and you can disappear. If you're ready, I'm able. I gotta get it deep. Sparks my insanity, pulling me into another. It's all of hate, there's no other. It's the current running through my veins, in my life, that's so real. It's a fire burning deep inside. Will it spread and burn me alive? I gotta get it deep. Sparks my insanity, pulling me into another. It's all of hate, there's no other. There's no other. There's no other. There's no There's a sharp knife penetrating my soul. It's like a dark night waiting for my life to unfold. There's a sharp knife penetrating my soul. It's like a dark night waiting for my life to unfold. I gotta get it deep. Sparks my insanity, pulling me into another. It's all of hate, there's no other. I gotta get it deep. Sparks my insanity, pulling me into another. It's all of hate, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the Valley for this afternoon's professional under-23s Development League game between Charlton and Cardiff City. My name is Charlotte Richardson and I'm delighted to be bringing you coverage courtesy of Charlton TV this afternoon. We are waiting for both sets of players to make their way onto the field of play, but as you can see, the pitch is looking sublime, and after a busy Easter weekend of action, we're delighted to be back here to see this young side in action. We retreated to a 6-goal thriller last time out as the Addicts drew 3-3 against Coventry. 9 under-18s were involved in that side on that day, and this afternoon we have a similar blend to look forward to seeing in action. Our visitors currently sit 1 point above Anthony Hayes' young side with an 11-point gap between the two. When they met last back in October, Charlton lost 4-1, but here at the Valley they'll be looking to put that right and make it 3 games unbeaten in this very, very competitive division. We've got a busy day all round on Charlton TV today. Of course, we look ahead to this evening's game against Cambridge. We hope you'll join us for that occasion as well. But you can hear a little ripple of applause here at the Valley as the two teams are now beginning to make their way onto the field of play. Charlton kitted out in that traditional red kit, red tops, white shorts with red socks, and Cardiff in their traditional blue as well, making their way towards the halfway line. It's such a nice sight to see these young players playing here at the Valley. A wonderful, wonderful experience, and as I mentioned, one that they grasped with both hands the last time they played here, a 6-goal thriller. If we get that much entertainment and that kind of quality of goal, we are going to be in for a belated Easter treat, that's for sure. I'll talk you through the team's starting lineups shortly, as Charlton led by their skipper, Charlie Barker, drives them towards goal. And we are expecting Charlton to line up this afternoon in a 3-4-3 formation with the highly rated Ahmed Kone in goal and a back three of Zach Mitchell, Harris O'Connor and Charlie Barker, with Toby Bauer, Karoy Anderson, Jeremy Santos and Nathan Asimi making the midfield 4, and Ewan Williams, Ryan Viggers and that man Daniel Canoe leading the line for Charlton. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Whether you're a Charlton supporter or perhaps you are a Cardiff City fan as well, you're very, very much welcome. The players just doing their final little bit of warm-up in preparation for this game. An opportunity for Charlton to build a little bit of an unbeaten stretch into the season. There's only a couple of games left. This is the penultimate home game for the boys. An opportunity to end the campaign strongly and perhaps even catch the eye of manager Johnny Jackson and break into his squad before the season comes to an end. The two captains make their way to the middle. And I mentioned Charlie Barker, who's gained some first-team experience already in his young tentative career under Lee Bowyer. He is the son of former Addicts assistant Richie Barker, a player to keep an eye on this afternoon. Very solid at the back, a real good leader and a player that organises his teammates in front of him. Looks like Cardiff City will be the ones to get us underway in their team huddle. They'll be looking to bounce back from a 3-0 defeat. A comprehensive defeat on the road for them against Hull City. Should make for a very interesting contest. Cardiff will get us underway. It's number 11, Jack Leahy for them. And that is it. Cardiff roll the ball. And that's a good block already from Charlton there, from Ryan Viggers. And the deflection comes off. It will be an early throw-in for the home side. Bright start, winning possession back straight away. Harris O'Connor plays it back to Zach Mitchell, the brother of Billy Mitchell, who plays in a similar role for the first team at Millwall. Barker back to Cone. Charlton just keeping possession, looking comfortable at the back. Little moment of hesitation there, but it's dealt with well. The ball swept away to the left-hand side by the Charlton goalkeeper. Now back at the feet of the skipper, who decides to play it long. good body position in there from Ryan Viggers. Had his back towards goal, but manages to lay it off. And now we see Corey Anderson on target here. Last time out at the Valley, trying to feed a pass through, but it's intercepted. It's read well by Leahy. And now Daniel Canoe putting the Cardiff keeper under some pressure. He has had such a prolific campaign, Daniel Canoe, and was rewarded as such with his first start in the senior team by manager Johnny Jackson. And Canoe there just trying to get the ball, but his footing was just a little bit ahead of him there, and it's scuffed. It's won back by Cardiff, but immediately Charlton with the tight press are back on the ball. Barker with a number of touches already, squares it off to his centre-back pairing. I imagine this back three will be getting a lot of touches on the ball this afternoon. Already the hustle, pressing of the three Charlton shirts, not giving Cardiff a moment to think about where they want to put the ball, and that is done delightfully there by Anderson. Composure to find Ewan Williams. And there's a shirt pull there by Viggers. And a bit of respite for Cardiff, who have the opportunity from a set piece, decide to play it back to the goalkeeper Matt Turner, who joined Cardiff at the start of the season on a 2-year deal. He's previously at Leeds United, and he is a keeper that is rated highly by the visitors. Throw-in will be taken by Cardiff. Jaisenyo taking it for the visitors. He made his senior debut this season, and what a game to do so. He was handed a start against Liverpool in the FA Cup, but his throw-in has led to Charlton capitalising. It's a great squared ball from Daniel Canoe. Not finished on this occasion though, but Canoe showing what a threat he is. Normally plays in the central role, but down that left-hand side they're galloping forward and looking to pick out his strike partner. The run was good, but the timing not just coming together for Charlton on that occasion. Canoe plays with such confidence. It was a delightful ball along the edge of the 6-yard box, and you can see on the replay Vickers doing his best to get on the end of it. Good promising signs from Charlton in this opening 3 minutes. Certainly dominant in possession. A heavy touch from Assimi there, but he manages to win it back. Mitchell, one stride, one touch, two. Back to Anderson. Anderson exchanging some passes in that heart of midfield, and that tees up Ewan Williams down the left-hand side. A lovely ball thread into the path of Toby Bauer. The right idea, the right execution. Some tidy defending from Cardiff prevents the Charlton left-back from creating another early opportunity to test Matt Turner in the Cardiff goal. As I mentioned, there's an 11-point gap in this division between these two teams. But if the opening 4 minutes or so is anything to go by, it's going to be a close encounter indeed. Charlton currently have 30 points and Cardiff ahead with 41. They've won 13 games this season, drawn just the twice and lost 6, whereas Charlton a lot harder to beat, drawn 6 occasions and won 8 of their games this campaign. 3 points this afternoon would go down very, very nicely at the Valley. Anderson plays it back to Barker. Barker out wide to Boa. The deflection there leads to another throw-in for Charlton. It's taken quickly. You can see the level of intensity Anthony Hayes' side are wanting to bring to this afternoon's game. Cardiff with all outfield players behind the ball, but the pass is intercepted, and now down that left-hand side Cardiff can attack. There's room, there's space to get the shot away. Instead it's elected to pass out to the right-hand side. It's an early shot on target. It's taken a deflection, and against the run of play, Cardiff take the lead. Their first real opportunity of the match so far, and it's number 7, Isaac Jeffries, who nudges the visitors ahead. One word for that, and that is clinical. You can see the breakaway move there, charging centrally, plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Left-footed curler deflects into the back of the net, and that's a real blow for Charlton, who, as I said, have started the game the brighter. 5 minutes played. It's Charlton 0, Cardiff 1. Ewan Williams and Jeremy Santos standing over the ball. A bit of a deflating moment for the home team, having enjoyed so much possession on the ball but can't afford to give any opposition that amount of time and space. They'll be disappointed from a defensive perspective to concede not only so early but in that manner, but plenty of time to respond. And we know from this young team they can pull off a comeback or two. As Williams has a little bit of space of his own, he's put under pressure, sandwiched by the two Cardiff midfielders. Tries to hustle and win the ball back for his side, but it will be a throw-in for Cardiff. I talk about comebacks. There was an impressive comeback away at the Den when this young team found themselves 2 goals down at the break. They pulled off the most sublime second half display to win the game 3-2. So we know they're resilient. They're going to have to show that edge here this afternoon as a long ball is played direct into the path of the goal scorer, Jeffries. But Coney is alert off his line there. And you really can't underestimate how important these opportunities are for young players like Coney, all his teammates really, to be playing here at a stadium like this, getting the experience playing on the surface of a pitch of this size and magnitude. And they will be back here one more time this season, the final game of the campaign on the 2nd of May against Hull. But let's not focus on that too much. We've got a game to look forward to ahead of us now as Anderson looks to start up an attacking move for Charlton. Williams plays it to Assimi. Assimi back to O'Connor. Can Charlton get any joy down that right-hand side? They're looking after the ball well. They just need to find that cutting edge as Cardiff did for their goal. It's nice stuff as Anderson rolls the ball. Has a bit of time to think about where he wants to play it. Gets it back again. Cardiff looking really, really organised. Their shape is making it hard for Charlton to break into the final third. You can see Daniel Canu's movement, sensing his opportunity, but for now, O'Connor to the feet of Canu. Canu plays it back. Ball switches up play. It's a delightful little ball for Toby Bauer to run onto. He manages to keep the ball in play, and the deflection off the Cardiff City right back means it's a corner for Charlton, the first of the game for the hosts this afternoon. Jeremy Santos is going to take, or at least provide, a short option for Charlton, standing over the ball. It is played short, played back to the skipper. 25 yards out from goal, takes the shot confidently, but it goes wide for Charlton. A routine from the training ground there. Great to see the youngsters giving it a go. The Charlton captain with a decent first touch to tee up the shot, but misses the target on this occasion. As we approach 10 minutes, it's Charlton 0, Cardiff 1 here at the Valley. Thank you for joining us on Charlton TV. It's a pleasure to provide you with this free coverage of the under-23s, a real mixture of those in the under-23 squad and many coming through the under-16s and the under-18s as well. It's fantastic, and it really underpins the Charlton DNA of giving young players the opportunity to gain experience. There's a number of the under-23s on loan across the National League and the Isthmian League, which means there's opportunities for youngsters to play in this under-23s development league. Charlton may be trailing the goal, but they have had the better of the possession so far, looking really, really comfortable on the ball. But they're coming up against a stubborn Cardiff defensive line, as we see there. Anderson trying to find a way past Tom Davis, gets the throw in for his side. It's taken quick. Mitchell looking to find Santos, and he looks like he's fouled there, the Charlton number 8. Easy decision for the referee Michael Ryan, who's taking care of proceedings this afternoon. treatment will be required, and hopefully that's nothing too serious, because Jeremy Santos is a real key player in this Charlton 11, a creative midfielder. He scored an absolute beauty here against Coventry. I would implore you to go and try and find it on the Charlton TV YouTube, on social media. A really, really quality strike. As we watch the replay there, oh, that's a nasty one. That's a yellow card in my book. I think Cardiff City midfielder Tyro Demileye knew exactly what he was doing there. Studs up, crunching contact on the ankle of Santos. That's going to be a sore one indeed. And although this is under 23s football, make no mistake about it, it can be as physical and as brutal as the stuff we're used to seeing here on a Saturday afternoon, that's for sure. Let's take a little look back then at the biggest moment of the match so far. Of course, it came courtesy of the visitors on a counter-attack. Jeffries, the number 7, with a left-footed strike towards goal. He was given too much time, thought about taking the opportunity, launched the effort. It took as a deflection beyond Ahmed Kone in the Charlton goal, and that has been the difference between the two teams so far. Charlton dominant on the ball, yet to ask many questions of Matt Turner in between the Cardiff sticks. Major concerns right now for Charlton midfielder Jeremy Santos, still down, receiving treatment. As we saw on the replay, it wasn't a nice challenge by any stretch of the imagination, and Anthony Hayes might be forced to make a change in this first quarter of the match. Not what he would have prepared for. There are options on the bench, of course, plenty of options, lots and lots of talent, including Terrell Agerman, Joseph Ladapo, Miles Leeburn, who scored a hat-trick away at QPR just a couple of weeks ago, the under-18s player, given the opportunity to step up into the under-23s, and my goodness, he made the most of it. It looks like the afternoon may come to a premature end, and that's captaincy, isn't it? As you can see, Charlie Barker making his way over, puts an arm around his teammate. And what a shame. You get the sense that the Charlton number 8 does not want his afternoon to come to a premature conclusion, but he is hobbling off that left ankle. It was a heavy, heavy tackle. And it does look like the Charlton youngsters' afternoon has come to an end. There's a warm round of applause greets him. And he will be replaced by Tyrell Agerman. And what a blow for Anthony Hayes. And what a blow for the individual as well. As I mentioned, a real creative spark in the Charlton midfield. He's enjoyed a fantastic campaign. I've watched him a number of times this season. A really talented player, and one you just enjoy watching thrive at this level, creating opportunities not only for himself but his teammates as well. Really knows how to pick up a pass and got great vision. Hopefully he'll be able to recover well. Surprised, as I said, the referee didn't issue a yellow for that. That was a bit late and a bit naughty in my book. But with 15 minutes coming up on the clock, it's Charlton 0, Cardiff 1. Charlton having to make that change in midfield. Tyrell Agerman called up, and it's an opportunity for him. An opportunity for him to come and earn some minutes here at the Valley. Quality replacing quality. He looks to put some pressure on the midfield, enabling the skipper Charlie Barker to get a touch, and that is Agerman's first of the game. Plays it back to O'Connor. O'Connor to Mitchell, gets it back again. We're so used to back three centre backs now being ball playing defenders. It's not just about position, and it's not just being able to be a bit of a head on the stick nowadays. If you're a centre back, you've got to be comfortable and composed on the ball, and I must say that all three have done that in abundance so far this game. It's just a shame with the goal conceded, and the manner in which it was conceded came as a bit of a sucker blow Agyemang with a good through ball into midfield. Anderson trying to squeeze his way in between the two Cardiff players there. It will be a throw-in for the visitors. They have 2 wins in their last 10 games, Cardiff City, and they've lost their last 3 in a row. So make no mistake about it, they will be wanting to turn that rotten form around themselves, and have looked organised and have been clinical with the one opportunity they've had in the attacking third so far this game. Ball cleared, falls only so far as Barker. Barker to Anderson, Anderson out wide. Just thinking, is there a switch up for Charlton? There is now over on this left-hand side. No spaces opening up for Charlton. They're having to be patient. Cardiff's movement and shape, as I've mentioned on a couple of occasions already this afternoon, looking really, really strong behind the ball. They're happy to soak up pressure, and they're ready to capitalise on the counter-attack, as we've seen already this half. Good bit of control from the Charlton right back there. Lovely little flick on Canoe, is in on goal here. Can he find the strike? He does get the strike away. Good movement there from Canoe, and it's the first shot on target for Charlton. Lovely little bit of link-up play between Anderson and Daniel Canoe. Such instinctive play, cheeky little back heel and a left-footed effort from Canoe. He's managed to play off the shoulder of the centre-back, making it look easy, but trust me, that skill is not easy. Daniel Canoe getting many headlines in the under-23s this season. We're already seeing why. His movement on and off the ball. One of his greatest strengths, it must be said, is playing off the shoulder. He gives defenders a torrid time. No centre-back can take their eye off the ball or their eyes off him. He's stalking around that penalty spot right now, Canoe. Charlton have the opportunity to test from another set-piece dead ball scenario. Toby Bauer is going to take this for the young addicts. Plenty of red shirts at the back post. The ball is delivered in, it's cleared away. But Anderson's there already, plays a ball out to his right-hand side. Receives it again, Anderson. Just trying to navigate his way across the body of the Cardiff City midfielder. And now Agyemang sprays the ball out. Square to the skipper. A hoofed effort up in the air. Charlton are probing. Looking for an equaliser. See me down the right-hand side. Feeds a lovely little ball into the box. Canoe holds up play well, plays it back to Agyemang. Agyemang just having to turn up a few gears there to make sure he gets an important touch, and Charlton retain the ball. Barker options, plays it back. Charlton practically camping out now in the Cardiff City half. You can see how high up the pitch the back three are now positioned, and they've been that way for the past 5 minutes or so. This is a good period of pressure from the addicts. And commentators curse at that exact moment as a long searching ball forwards. It's just a little bit too heavy for Toby Bauer to get on the end of. Bauer, the left back, who I don't think I've seen play so far this season, but by all accounts has an absolutely deadly left foot, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of deliveries he can produce as the afternoon wears on. Gets in the way of a loose pass from Cardiff there, and Canoe, can he make something happen? Shrugs off the attentions of the Cardiff City central midfielder to find his teammate Mitchell. Mitchell out to the right-hand side, the centre-forward bombing forward now. What can he do over in that corner flag? Gets the ball past, but not his body. And Cardiff clear their lines. And that's probably an indication of how dominant Charlton have been in this last period, that the centre-forward is able to drive. But now it's Cardiff on the counter. And we know how dangerous they are in this position, and that's some good defending by Harris O'Connor. You can tell it's very much part of the visitors' game plan this afternoon. ably soaking up pressure when they need to, but looking a real threat on the counter-attack. And forward Max Waters there needed to be blocked, he needed to be stopped, and that's exactly what Harris O'Connor was prepared to do, the youngster. With an important piece of defending as Charlton start up another attack. Ball spent a lot of time around this halfway point of the pitch. And Charlton just need to turn up the tempo of the passing play. Don't want to fall into any kind of pedestrian style of play, because that will suit Cardiff and the block in which they are defending this afternoon. Ajimang plays it first time, that's better for Charlton. The ball is whipped in, and there's an overarching run by Ryan Viggers, but the ball just too long. But that's better from Charlton. If they're to unlock this Cardiff City defence, you can't help but feel that the passing of play is going to need to be a little bit more two-touch, instinctive and quick. Goal kick taken. Possession picked up quickly by Charlton. That's a nice little ball in. And a good shot is an equaliser for Charlton. That is their just rewards. With 22 minutes played, it's Charlton 1, Cardiff 1. And Ryan Viggers with a fine finish. The goalkeeper will be frustrated with himself, but Charlton doing what they've done all game, picking up possession. A good intercept there by the substitute, teed up Ewan Williams. He managed to put the pass in, weighted it perfectly, and there was a tiny little gap to the right inside post, and Ryan Viggers managed to find it with enough power that despite getting a glove to it, Matt Turner in the Cardiff City goal was unable to deny Charlton a very, very justified equaliser. Charlton 1, Cardiff 1. It's been a dominant spell for Charlton Athletic. Nice to see the substitute Ajimang beginning that move, and the weight of pass was absolutely exceptional by Ewan Williams, and a smart finish from Ryan Viggers. Can Charlton seize upon this moment and get a second? Williams, heavy touch leads to Cardiff trying to get the ball away, and Ajimang there trying to get the block, and it will be a free kick for the visitors. Their last point on the road came in February in a real thriller against Bristol City. There's always plenty of goals in this division, as you would expect when it's young players learning their trade, looking to play in a certain style, in a certain manner. There will oftentimes be mistakes, and from Charlton's point of view, they were opened up a little bit too easily in the goal that they conceded, and Cardiff will be disappointed in the way they squandered their lead from a goal kick position. But credit to Charlton, they fully merited that goal, as Daniel Canoe puts the Cardiff City defence under pressure. We see him really lead by example. There's a phrase, isn't there, defending from the front, and Canoe does that part of his game ever so well. And on a number of occasions I've seen it pay dividends for him directly and contributed to the ridiculous tally of goals that he has accumulated this season, and long may it continue. I suspect, without wanting to provide a commentator's curse, we may well see a few more goals here this afternoon at the Valley. Thank you for joining me, Charlotte Richardson, on Charlton TV. It's a pleasure to have you company wherever you're tuned in from. I hope you're enjoying seeing these young players in action here at the Valley. They've been known to play their games at Prince's Park, the home of Dartford Football Club in the National League South, and occasionally on the Charlton training ground as well. But nothing beats being able to play here at the Valley. It's something that the Charlton women's team will be doing as well next month. On the 1st of May, they'll be hosting Durham here in the FA Women's Championship. So if you fancy coming down to that game, I would really encourage you to do so, as there's only one game left in the men's season this Saturday. The football will not be stopping here at the Valley. Goal kick taken short on this occasion by Cardiff, perhaps aware of the fact that they paid the price for a long ball forwards just a few minutes ago. Ball cuts in, sprayed out to the left-hand side. He's looking a danger man for Cardiff this afternoon, the goal scorer. Dialami looks at his options, plays it out to his left. Number 8 getting the ball back. And once again, this time back to the skipper, Ibrahim Bakare. Imposing figure at the back for Cardiff City. He joined from EFL side Morecambe. Plays it to the feet of Waters, and now a long looping ball down that left-hand side. It's navigated initially around Boa, but Barker is there, sensing the danger and clearing it, as we've seen him do many, many times this season. Just important for Charlton now to turn on the defensive switch, and they haven't had to do too much of it in this opening 26 minutes. They've managed to push Cardiff back to their halfway line from that throw-in, but now it's the number 7, Isaac Jeffries, looking to cut in towards goal. Barker with an outstretched foot gets an important touch, which feeds Williams. Williams to the goal scorer, Viggers, and plays it back to Bauer. Bauer to his goalkeeper, Coney. Charlton looking to play the ball out from the back. Very attractive style of football in the modern game, something that's bred into the players from the academy age group, so that they can take it into the first team, which is what a number of players have done since Anthony Hayes took charge, replacing Jason Ewell, who of course is a first team coach. Last season, 12 players were offered pro contracts under Hayes. And that's exactly the kind of pathway that is required for a club with the pedigree and history of Charlton Athletic. I spoke recently to Valley Gold chairman Matt Baker, and he was telling me all about the work that they're doing as an organisation to help the football club reach that Category 1 status, the amount of investment that goes into it. But of course, Charlton have always had a very good reputation for their academy provision, the way they recruit talent in this area of South East London and beyond. Talent like Daniel Canoe, who has set his teammate up there with a wonderful pass. Figures on the left-hand side, he's got one goal. Can he get a second? Drives towards the byline. He's prevented from going any further by the centre-back, Taylor Jones. Jones doing what he needed to do on that occasion. Well aware of the threat and accuracy of Viggers' shooting range. Sniffles out the danger for Cardiff, who take the goal kick short once again. As I said, I don't think they want to be punished from a poor goal kick again this afternoon. Charlton might have to find other means, but their press and hustle in the final third has won them a throw-in. It's taken quick. O'Connor to Harris, gets the ball back again. Barker to Boa. Back to Anderson, who just has such poise for a young player. So comfortable. His positioning as well. Knows when to press forward, but also provide a bit of defensive cover for his team as well. Has a really lovely style of play about him. He's a little bit too physical on the defensive front there, Charlton, and the free kick is given to the opposition. Kare passes the ball and receives it back again. You can see the wing backs now slotting into that flat 5, but that's a ball that intercepts the defence and off his line superbly. Coney, the youngster, needed to make that block. Charlton just have to be wary. They've enjoyed a lot of possession. The ball has spent a lot of time further up the pitch, but keeping that defensive line and not letting the gaps become too big between the back three is going to be really important, because whilst they haven't had too many touches on the ball, Max Waters and Jack Leahy for Cardiff do look like two quality forwards. It was a little bit too easy for that pass to be thread through the Charlton defence there. Ahmed Coney doing what is required of a goalkeeper, confidently coming off his line and making the block. And now another ball looks to be threaded past the Charlton defence, but Barker's positioning gives him plenty of time to swoop up possession, play it back to his goalkeeper, and now Charlton can look to start an attack of their own. There's plenty of space opening up down that left hand side. Viggers to Williams, looked like a foul, is a foul, taking quick by Williams to Ajamang. Ajamang out to that right-hand side, finds Mitchell, the centre-back, pushing forward again. It's a lovely turn by Canoe. Putting the left-back and centre-back under some pressure there. He manages to wriggle and navigate the most tightest of spaces, does Canoe. And sometimes the ball is a bit of a magnet at his feet. Just beginning now as this game creeps in to the 30-minute plus mark. Spaces opening up in the middle of the pitch and certainly on the flanks as well. If Charlton can capitalise upon that space, might be able to get a bit of success. Let's see what can be done on this left-hand side. It's very easy when you're set up in the gantry to spot the spaces and areas that Charlton can capitalise in, but for these young players it's about taking that responsibility on the pitch, and the decision making is something that will only improve with the game time and minutes they get, not only on pitches like this of course, but on their travels as well. Asimi charging forward, finds Canoe, it's a shirt pull, and Canoe, again, the superlatives I'm running short of already, and we've got lots more time left to be played this afternoon, but using his body expertly there to turn the defender, induce the foul, and now his team have a set piece in a really, really dangerous looking area. Anderson is a talented midfielder, he's good in these dead ball scenarios, but as is his teammate Ewan Williams, the Northern Ireland international, signed his pro deal with the club last February, whips the ball in, right footed towards the back stick. Barker is hovering and puts goalkeeper Matt Turner under pressure, but the Cardiff City goalkeeper is commanding. He gathers the ball, looks to get his team underway with an attacking move of their own. The ball played out to the left. Back to the skipper. Good work by Anderson there. But still Cardiff able to get the ball at the feet of Waters. Semenyo on the ball, plays it back. And Charlton win back possession. Anderson into the path of Viggers. Viggers crosses the ball to Canoe, and Charlton take the lead. Classy stuff from the Addicts there. They've done it many times in this game so far, picking up in possession in the middle of the park, driving forwards, and Viggers got the assist when he sorted out his teammate Daniel Canoe. His movement, his instinctive ability to know and sense when there's danger gives Charlton the lead. Anderson with a lovely weighted pass, first time delivery into the box, and Daniel Canoe unmarked in the 6-yard box is not what you do. He will punish you, and that's exactly what he has done with 35 minutes on the clock, having gone a goal behind. Charlton are rather deservedly, I must say, 2-1 up here at the Valley. Charlton 2, Cardiff 1. Great play from Anthony Hayes' side. I've mentioned him a lot this afternoon. Really impressed with Anderson being in the right place to begin that attacking move, to set up Viggers. Goal scorer, turn provider for Daniel Canoe. You cannot afford to give Canoe that much space in the penalty area, that's for sure. A smart, tidy finish gives Charlton the advantage with 10 minutes left to play in this first half. Anderson gets an important touch to find Ajamang. I think Anthony Hayes will be really pleased with the way his side have acquitted their business this afternoon here at the Valley. Started the game really, really brightly, were dominant in possession, went a goal behind against the run of play, and it could have perhaps been easy for heads to drop, confidence to diminish, but this young team have resilience, and they equalised courtesy of Ryan Vigor. A great finish by him, and he provided the assist for Daniel Canoe to give the young Addicts victory. And They're sensing a third before half-time as the ball is played long to that left-hand side, rather, where they have managed to get a bit of joy so far this afternoon. Williams does well to keep the ball in play. Cross in. Canoe rises high, gets the touch, and it will roll out for a goal kick for Cardiff. And I mentioned Anthony Hayes, who stepped in for Jason Yule. He worked at Brentford for 5 years before making the move to SE7, and he's been at the football club for a long time. He knows the Charlton setup inside out, has worked with a number of these players for a number of years. In under 15s and under 16s originally, he was promoted to lead professional development coach back in 2019 and had so much success with the under 18s. They won the Professional Development League 2 and made it to the national playoff final. And as you can see, he set them up to play with a style of confidence on the front foot. But right now, they need to do some defending. Barker coming over to cover this left-hand side. Ball's delivered. It's a heavy ball in. It should be seen out by Aswimi. It is done so by the Charlton number 2. Takes the throw in. And that's a good decision there by the Charlton right back. Could see that he was inclined to take it quick to Anderson. But better just to take the foot off the gas for a moment. Charlton are 2-1 up. A degree of maturity there. And it means that Harris O'Connor will be able to take the throw, and it means that Charlton will be able to push bodies further up the pitch. Canoe with the header. Williams looking to hustle, but the ball has gone off the field of play. Cardiff just passing the ball around. You see, they're looking to try and get a cross in there, but plenty of red shirts around. It will be a throw-in instead. Anderson and Mitchell combining. Charlton able now to pick up possession. And Cardiff drop back into their defensive shape once more. Good solid defending from Charlton in this last couple of minutes. Coney with a long goal kick, trying to find the path of Canoe. Cardiff spray the ball out to the right hand side. Semenyo charges forward, finds Jeffries. Jeffries back to Semenyo. Demiladi trying to get the cross in, but Anderson is there to make an important block. It will be a throw-in for the visitors. Around about 5 minutes left to play in this first half, but I suspect we will have a number of minutes of injury time, because let's not forget the early absence of Jeremy Santos. And that was a warning sign for Charlton there, just to remain alert in this final phase of the first half. Ball whipped in. I'm not sure Zach Mitchell had much clue where Waters was there, but he managed to get the shot away. Fortunately, from a Charlton perspective, it's fired wide. With 40 minutes played here at the Valley, it's Charlton 2, Cardiff 1. $11 points between these two teams, third versus fourth. And whilst Charlton won't be able to gain any leverage up the table this afternoon, it'll be really important to build upon the form that they've enjoyed in recent weeks. They bounced back from a narrow 3-2 defeat away at Peterborough to win 3-0 against QPR, and then the 3-3 draw here last time out against Coventry. As Cardiff win a free kick in a very dangerous looking position, about 25 yards out from goal. No questions there, it was a late challenge from Anderson. A little bit of naivety there from the Charlton midfielder. It gives the visitors the opportunity to try and test Ahmed Koney from range. You can see the number of players looking interested, amongst them Tom Davis and Jack Leahy. The free kick's taken and it just skims wide of the left side post of the Charlton goalkeeper. An ambitious effort from Leahy, but he's also known to be very good in dead ball scenarios, and with a couple of minutes left on the clock until the break, you can't blame the Cardiff youngster for wanting to have a pop at distance. The ball back at the feet of Koney, plays it to his centre-back, Mitchell. Canoe, right by the halfway mark, finds Williams. Williams out to the left-hand side. That's a nice little ball delivery, whipped in. First time Canoe is there, or is it Agyemang? Just with my position, I think it's Agyemang there, able to get the header, but the offside flag is now raised. Good play from Charlton, and I've said it many times so far in this first half. Down the left-hand side, they have managed to get a lot of joy. The wing-back Bauer getting involved with proceedings, and we saw Viggers as well make many strong runs into that dangerous area. Balls whipped into the back stick, and much to the advantage of Daniel Canoe, who added to his tally. It's his goal that gives Charlton the lead with 42 minutes on the clock. Can Charlton extend their lead before the break? Mitchell not happy with the tackle there, imploring to the referee that he should have had a foul, but Michael Ryan lets the game play on. Anderson plays the ball back to his keeper. Charlie Barker on the ball now, finds Williams. Williams gains a few yards, turns his body under some pressure, holds the ball out well, plays it back to Barker. Barker to Koney. The youngster assesses all of his options and decides to play it long and direct. And whilst the first attempt doesn't work, Charlton are able to recycle possession, as Bauer tries to link up with Williams, but it's intercepted on that occasion. And Anderson trying to feed the ball into that left-hand corner. It is intercepted, and now Cardiff can hit on the counter-attack. Ball whipped into the box. It's cleared initially by Barker, and Mitchell just unable to get the ball from under his feet, concedes the corner. But with that sense of impending pressure, probably the best decision from the young centre-back. And with just 45 seconds of normal time to be played in this opening half here at the Valley, it's the visitors with a corner that will be taken by Tom Davis. Lots of blue shirts floating in and around the box. You can see the zonal mark from Charlton as well. The ball comes in, it's headed away by Daniel Canoe. Should be a corner on the other side now for Cardiff. Good to see the Charlton striker contributing with some good defending as well as finishing off some attacking moves. The referee just blows his whistle. Not quite sure why. As Zach Mitchell makes his way over to the sideline. Maybe it's a blood injury, or that's the only reason I can think that Mitchell is needing to receive treatment. It does mean that Charlton are down to 10 men to defend this corner, which is not ideal. Organisation is going to be key. So the delivery is whipped in. It's a decent delivery, and Agyemang is there covering the post, heads the ball down, runs immediately out, sprints over to block the cross on the first time, but not the second, and it's again another decent delivery, and it just ricochets off of the Cardiff number 10, Max Waters, who just stood there solitary under pressure from the Charlton captain. A little bit of movement there, and that could have been far more dangerous for the visitors. It does look like perhaps the traditional centre-back nosebleed is what is preventing Mitchell from being on the pitch right now. Whether we'll get to see him back on the field of play before the half-time whistle blows. We will have to wait and see. The sun is shining through here at the Valley, and Charlton look to be heading towards the break with a slender goal advantage. Anderson taking several glances around him, Ajamang as well. Really liking those two in the heart of the Charlton midfield this afternoon. Always scanning, always looking at what's going on in and around them. As Anderson has come out wide to the left-hand side, Ajamang drops forward, offering Coney an option. Instead he goes for Williams. That's a shirt pull. That's the most ridiculous shirt pull. Williams just needs to be calm there and not overreact. Met frustration creeping because he was on a brilliant run. The space was opening up around him there, and the yellow card is quite rightfully displayed to the Cardiff City centre-back, Taylor Jones. Anderson's going to take this free kick, plays it out to the left-hand side. Wondering if Bauer was going to try and whip a ball in there, but I'm not sure Charlton had as many bodies in the box as they would like, and instead perhaps just trying to look after the ball, get into the break with their goal advantage. For what's been an entertaining opening 45 minutes of football, we've been treated to some good dominant passing play from Charlton and two decent goals as well. A very deserved advantage at the break. Anthony Hayes' side enjoying the occasion, being able to play on a surface like this that lends itself so well to decent quality ball playing football. Coney, the young Charlton goalkeeper, trying to find the head of Canoe. The header though does fall to a Charlton shirt. The ball is hooked over, and Williams, I thought he was going to be onside there, but the referee blows his whistle to not only indicate the offside, but half-time as well. What a first half of football we've enjoyed here at the Valley. Charlton's youngsters putting on a really mature display. They started the game the brighter, bringing the energy, starting the game on the front foot, and after a really dominant opening 9 minutes, they did concede to go a goal behind. But this team's got resilience and they've got toughness, and they were able to respond accordingly. They equalised, courtesy of Ryan Viggers. He managed to get the ball beyond the outstretched glove of Matt Turner. A little gap of space, and the Charlton number 9 managed to find it. Viggers then went from scoring to providing for his teammate, you guessed it, Daniel Canoe. There's not many games this season that Canoe hasn't been on the score sheet, and he was in the right place at the right time to slot the ball beyond Turner and to give Charlton a very much deserved lead. It's half-time here at the Valley. Thank you for joining us on Charlton TV. We will be back to provide you with more coverage from the second half, but in the meantime you can enjoy some highlights from the opening 45 minutes. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Valley, where you join me, Charlotte Richardson, for this afternoon's professional under-23s Development League game between Charlton Athletic and Cardiff City. To recap on the opening 45 minutes, after a bright start from Anthony Hayes' side, after just 6 minutes, Isaac Jeffrey's deflected shot put the visitors ahead. But despite going down against the run of play, Charlton showed a great degree of maturity and composure, and they stuck to their principles, unlocking the Cardiff defence after 23 minutes. Corey Anderson intercepting a goal kick to tee up the run of Ewan Williams, whose weighted pass found the run of Ryan Viggers. The Welsh under-19 international found the tiniest of gaps to strike the ball beyond the keeper at his inside post. Charlton's second wasn't too dissimilar. Anderson breaking up play once more, followed it up with a fast forward-thinking pass to Viggers, who provided the assist on this occasion. So you guessed it, Daniel Canoe notching up his 37th goal of the season. It tees things up nicely as the referee gets us underway, as does Anderson, who rolls the ball to Williams, plays it directing forward to his right-hand side. As we look forward to seeing if Charlton can not only keep hold of this lead, but perhaps extend it to make it 3 games unbeaten and 4 points out of 2 games here at the Valley. I will talk you through the Charlton 11, as it looks like the skipper Charlie Baker is in a degree of discomfort there, rolling his ankle. We have Ahmed Coney in goal for the Addicts, with Zach Mitchell, Harris O'Connor and Charlie Baker in a back 3. Of midfield 4 of Toby Boyer, Cairo Anderson, Nathan Asimi, and the substitute in the first half coming on, Toel Ajaman, in place of Jeremy Santos, who got a bit of a nasty knock to the ankle. And the front 3 of Ewan Williams, Daniel Canoe, Ryan Viggers, 2 of the front 3 with the goals already, but Ewan Williams has been incredibly influential in this game as the Cardiff skipper. Not too happy with that decision. An early corner in this second half for Charlton. The ball whipped in by Williams. Testing little delivery. Impactful defending by Cardiff, but the football falls out to Anderson. Finds the ball. Oh, that's a fantastic save there. The Charlton skipper almost making it free with a header from close range. It's Charlton now that have to do some defending, and they've started this second half with plenty of intent to have Anthony Hayes' young side. A brilliant, brilliant save by Matt Turner in the Cardiff City goal to deny Baker at what looked to be point-blank range. Charlton now with some nice short, sharp passing, but the ball forward's just a touch too heavy for the right-back Nathan Asimi to run onto. Cardiff currently sit in third position in the professional under-23s Development League. Charlton are just underneath them in 4th, but there are 11 points separating the 2. That will be reduced if the scoreline stays the same, of course. Anthony Hayes' side playing their penultimate home game of the campaign today. It's the 3rd time the Young Addicts have played at the Valley, and I was speaking about it in the first half. It's fantastic to see these young players given the opportunity to play here at the home of Charlton Athletic. The quality of the pitch, the size, it enables them to get some really, really good experience. As Anderson plays the ball back to Barker, I've been really impressed by Anderson in the middle of the pitch. Influential in both the goals that Charlton have scored. Finds Williams. Williams with a floating pass over to the right-hand side. Ajamang now for Charlton. Has a bit of space to run into. Carves his way past the first player and the second, showing good strength. Gets the ball back at his feet. Can he carve up the angle to feed Anderson? That's a great shot from Anderson, and that is Charlton's 3rd. I mentioned him just there, didn't I? How exceptional he has been at the heart of Charlton's midfield. He's teed up every attacking move that's led to a goal. Well, he's got on the end of one there. Ajuman with the assist. And Anderson making absolutely no mistake with the finish. 2 and 2 for him. He likes scoring at the Valley. It's Charlton 3, Cardiff 1. And what a fine right-footed finish we get to see on the replay there. Absolutely nothing the keeper could do about that. And props to Agyman, the substitute, showing great skill and physicality to keep the ball in and around the outskirts of the penalty area. And a pinpoint pass teed up Anderson perfectly. That makes his afternoon all the better. Cardiff attack down the right-hand side. Bodies all over the place, entangled on the outskirts of the box. It's the visitors who keep hold of the ball. Good defending from Charlton there to push and force Cardiff City back. The skipper bombing forward. Interrupted by Anderson with a great tackle. McNamara plays the ball out to Jeffries, Cardiff's goal scorer this afternoon. It's the turn of Taylor Jones with a long searching pass, trying to find Jay Semenyo for Cardiff. I mentioned in the first half he earned his first senior call-up for Cardiff this season in the FA Cup against Liverpool. And the Cardiff City skipper there not playing to the whistle, and it means that Charlton can break forward. Daniel Canoe searching for another goal this afternoon. You've got to play to the referee's whistle. And Abraham Bakare thought that he should have won his team a foul. It did look like a slight pull, but not enough for Michael Ryan to blow his whistle. You can't afford to do that. It doesn't matter whether you're an 8-year-old, a 23-year-old or a senior pro. Don't ever assume that the decision is going your way. Charlton unable to punish Cardiff on that occasion, but you can tell that Daniel Canoe is looking to build upon his tally this afternoon. And can he make it 40 goals this season? If he does, that really, truly is a monumental achievement. There is a pause in play here at the Valley, I should say, because there is a Charlton player over on the left-hand side. I think, can't quite see, I can only see the back of a red shirt. Can't see the number on it, but receiving treatment. Charlton manager Anthony Hayes has had to make one change already this afternoon and enforced one when Jeremy Santos was on the end of a heavy challenge. Do you have a little look at that goal once again? Agyman with a hold-up play for Charlton, driving forward into the box, played it out initially, got the ball back again, opened his body up beautifully and got the important touch to tee up his teammate Roy Anderson. And the talented midfielder made absolutely no mistake with the finish, extending Charlton's lead to make it Charlton 3, Cardiff 1. And the hosts have merited that advantage. Now I can see a bit more clearly now, and it does look like it's Toby Bauer, the left back, who received treatment. He's able to come on to the field of play and slot back in. Now he's sprinting forward to take the throw in for his team. That's good to see. Bauer, in fact, decides to roll the ball back to Baker. Throw-in taken by the Charlton captain. Agyman with a heavy first touch, recovers well, makes the tackle, but Cardiff keep possession under some solid pressure now. Canoe has his back to goal, finds a beautiful pass to Williams. Williams cuts it back, and that's some brilliant play from Charlton. The ball is still alive in the area. Viggers looking to double his tally for the afternoon. Really, really good, instinctive, delightful play from the front three, combining there, and the right back getting involved in play as well. It's sublime stuff from Charlton. The only thing missing was the finish, but it was heroic defending as well, as the Cardiff centre-back looks to be in a degree of pain there. He had to make that challenge. It was a crunching one, it was a physical one, and he's come off slightly the worst out of it. Lovely pass by Canoe. Williams knew exactly where Viggers would be, didn't even need to look up, just teed the ball, cutting it back. And again, we see the degree of which the sliding tackle coming in, although it looks like a hand injury to the Cardiff defender. Whether there was a stud or a boot that made contact as well, looks to be a painful one. It hasn't been the greatest run of games for Cardiff on the road. They've lost 3 of their latest away games. Their last point on the road came back in February, so that might be something that the Charlton team are aware of, and they've certainly found a bit more of a ruthless edge to their style of play in the attacking third as the match has gone on. And just waiting for play to resume here as Taylor Jones finishes receiving treatment on that hand injury. Can't see the Cardiff City bench making any preparations for a change as Jones jogs off. The referee rolls the ball and Viggers kicks it back to the keeper. Jones, the centre-back, is returning to the field of play and he's looking to receive the ball there, but it's anticipated, it's intercepted by Viggers. It will go out for a throw-in. Be interesting to see if Jones's hand is able to take the throw-in. Perhaps not. He rolls it to his right back. He'll take the opportunity instead for Cardiff. The ball comes in, picked up by Bauer. Bauer to Anderson. Ajamang on the ball now, finds Bauer. Back to Barker, the skipper. Researching ball forward. It's read well by Jones. Seen out, shields the ball from the advances of Vigor, who will always look to sniff out possession. Such a threat consistently for Charlton, not only this afternoon but this season as well. Really impressed in this second half by the intensity of the press off that front three. It's working very effectively for Charlton. They've managed to make the ball stick down this end of the pitch, proving very, very tough for Cardiff to find a way through. As Anderson now with a lovely through ball into Canoe. Canoe left-footed, gets the shot away and gets power behind it, but perhaps not the connection he would have wanted. Certainly not the accuracy we're used to seeing from Daniel Canoe. Charlton fans very much aware of Canoe. A bright prospect for this football club moving forwards. Was given his senior debut by Johnny Jackson, presented with his debut shirt at the training ground. So many young players coming through the ranks here in South East London. And long may it continue. The success of the academy only bodes well for the first team, and there's been plenty of it this season for the under-18s winning their division. Through to the under-23s as well, who have enjoyed some real highlights this season, starting at the beginning of the campaign when they won 7-0 away from home. There was a fantastic second half comeback at the Den when they beat Millwall 3-2, and that result is always the sweetest when you live in South East London. Just a little bit of lapse in play there from Charlton. They haven't done that too much in this game, as the ball gets whipped in and the clearance goes out for a corner. Just important for Anthony Hayes' side to keep their professionalism, look after the ball and not gift Cardiff a way back into this game. Being loose in possession there has seen the visitors able to have this opportunity from a corner. Tom Davis will do all that he can over on that right hand side to put in a delivery to test the Charlton defence, who've remained untroubled for long periods of this game so far. Left-footed delivery comes in towards the inside post, it's cleared, headed away initially, the ball is hooked back in and that will be gathered by Ahmed Coney in the Charlton goal. A promising young keeper who is rated very, very highly by those involved in the setup here at Charlton Athletic. A young player being given minutes in this under-23 side. Ajamang finds Williams. Williams out to Ashimi. Canoe Plays it back out to Williams, who manages to beat the offside trap, but not his man. And Davis clears for a throw-in. It's taken quickly by Charlton. And a bit of praise as part of their all-round display so far this afternoon. Charlton have wanted to play with a degree of intensity, and they've really determined the tempo in which this match has been played from the very off. Cardiff got the game underway, but Charlton pressurised. They picked up possession, and that has been the main theme throughout this game so far as we approach the hour mark. Charlton's first 2 goals coming from breaking up play in the middle of the park and fine finishing down the other end, and that's a decent little ball towards the path of the Cardiff City number 9. A smart save from Coney. Have to be alert to all of those, no matter how dominant your outfield teammates are. Cardiff just beginning to turn up the pressure on the young addicts. Zipping the ball around, switching it up from right to left. Jack Leahy to Jones. Jones to his right. To Demalea, who again plays it out to his right-hand side. Cardiff have tried to make the most of the width of the pitch. A neat ball tucked in, no offside flag. The cross comes in, and that's a good block, good save. Charlton clearing, but Cardiff are looking for a means back into this game, and they're finding the right-hand side to be the most productive towards their efforts. Time for Charlton just to neaten things up a little bit. They've got that 2-goal advantage. They can afford to take the sting out of the game. Whereas when they were chasing it in the opening 20 minutes, there was a degree and a sense of urgency. Just important for them to get the balance right as we enter this final half hour here at the Valley. You can hear the instructions of keep it, keep it. Simple, basic, but will be very effective for Charlton. As we see Harris O'Connor coming high up the pitch to get a foot in and make life difficult for Cardiff. Canoe, pressing. Nearly getting possession there. Just prowls the pitch, does Daniel Canoe, waiting for a sniff. And as he's proven 37 times this season, given the chance, he will convert for Charlton. Adjumang now exchanging passes with Anderson. Ball back with the captain to Mitchell. Mitchell has space to run into, finds Williams. Williams into Canoe. Canoe hits it first time, forces the block, and it is a corner. The way Canoe just peels off the centre-back, always playing off the line, off the shoulder, makes it look easy, navigates enough space to get the shot away first time, forcing the Cardiff City captain into making that tackle. And we will see a second change for Charlton this afternoon. Number 9, Ryan Viggers, comes off. And another talented young player comes on the field of play. Miles Leeburn, son of Charlton legend Carl Leeburn. And his mum, Tracy, is the head of player care here at the football club. He bagged a hat-trick in a 3-0 win against QPR. So would add some more attacking threat to this Charlton team. Really looking forward to seeing Leeburn play. This is my first occasion in doing so. He'll be oozing with confidence from that hat-trick, and I'm sure he'll be given a very clear directive of hustling up top, putting that Cardiff defence under pressure. It's something the front three have done really, really well, as the referee just blows his whistle, because going up for the ball, Barker, brave as he's been all game, just clashing heads with Max Watters, the number 10 Cardiff forward, will require some treatment as the Cardiff City players flock over to their bench to take on board some water and some instructions. You can see there again Nothing untoward, just a centre-back doing what a centre-back needs to do. Just coming off a little bit worse than his opposition member. And you can tell by the way that Barker goes about his business. He's a tough player. He's been given the skipper's armband this afternoon, and he's really led by example. Had several touches of the ball, composed on it, always assessing and looking for the most sensible option. And I really liked the way as well. It was a more tempered, sadder moment of the match, seeing his teammate Jeremy Santos having to go back off his afternoon coming to a premature end. Just seeing the skipper go over, arm round the shoulder. It's very important for a captain to have that empathy, and it certainly has impressed me this afternoon. So have a number of the Charlton players, it must be said. Daniel Canoe on the score sheet, Ryan Viggers putting in a great shift before coming off. Terrell Ajimang clicking in to the shape and style in which Charlton went about their business when he was called upon from the substitutes bench. Well drilled, well organised, everything you would expect from a Charlton team. They'll be disappointed with the goal conceded, a defensive lap, but since that moment they haven't put too many a foot wrong, and have certainly done a lot right as Anderson turns, finds Barker back, and Ajimang, that's lovely play from Ajimang, and now Williams on that left hand side. The goal is open. Oh, he crosses it, and that is another goal for Daniel Canoe, and he goes straight over to his teammate Williams, because the assist was equally as good, maybe not even a little bit better than the finish there. And Daniel Canoe with yet another goal, edging towards that 40 target. He's done what he does best, and that is making sure that he is in the right place at the right time. Instinctive, he's a poacher, a fox in the box, and Daniel Canoe's season goes from strength to strength, as does Charlton's performance and scoreline. It's Charlton 4, Cardiff 1 here at the Valley. Really great to see the team spirit amongst this group. It's been a fantastic all-round display. There's still plenty of time left to go, and it will be really important for Charlton to keep that level of professionalism. But the build-up play and the intricacy and the understanding between the front three has been so impressive. And Williams, again, another standout performer in a team that's really stepped up to the occasion here at the Valley this afternoon. And Daniel Canoe's second instinct after coming up with the finish was to go straight over and acknowledge the assist that was put on a plate for him by his teammate. And I did mention it's a busy day here at Charlton TV, because we are, of course, providing you with coverage of the first team's game away at Cambridge. That game is going to be streamed across the UK and internationally, so go and buy your match pass for that if you haven't already. Scott Minto will be in the studio with guests. Let's see if we can make it a good day all round, shall we, as Charlton looks set for 3 points in the Professional Under-23s Development League here. It's a good-looking scoreline, and it's been a good-looking performance from this young team. A blend of under-23s, under-18s, and some even younger players in the midst as well, as Lieben finds Anderson. Mitchell on the ball, plays it to the right-hand side. And when you've got a 3-goal advantage, you can just see the measure of confidence oozing from every player, as Canoe spotted the run of his teammate Lieben there. But Jones had his body positioned well, knew where LeBurn was, and able to get a header on it as well. Cardiff hustling, but their threat has been nullified to a really good degree by Charlton this afternoon, as we see Ajimang there just putting Cardiff number 7 under enough pressure that his touch is a heavy one, and it goes out for a throw-in for Charlton. And Charlton has got such rich pedigree for the young players that it's produced over time. Joe Gomez, Jermaine Defoe, Lee Bowyer, Scott Minto. And as I'm constantly reminded by the man himself, Steve Brown, he always says to me, no one ever brings up the fact he played for Charlton's academy, but plenty of talent. And there are some names in this lineup, I'm sure, that will go on to enjoy fantastic careers here and play many, many more times at the Valley. As we approach 70 minutes on the clock, it's Charlton 4, Cardiff 1. Charlton looking for their 9th win of the campaign. They've looked resolute when they've needed to. Apart from that sucker punch that came after about 6 minutes, their defending has been decent, their shape has been good. And up top, the front three, in any form of combination, have played with real quality and understanding that has given the Cardiff City defence a really torrid time. The Cardiff City defence, by the way, that hasn't conceded too many goals this season, just 22, so be sure that credit needs to go to the boys this afternoon for the way they have gone about their business. Now he's got 2 goals already. Can he get a third? Canoe plays the ball out to his right-hand side, drives towards the box. The whole front three in and around that area, just waiting for the delivery, waiting for the pass. And with Adjaman and Anderson about, you can sense it won't be too long until the ball comes in. Over on the right-hand side now, Williams offering, makes the run around. The ball cuts in, the shot is launched. And it was there to be played by Nathan Assimi, but not enough power on the shot to cause concern for the Cardiff City goalkeeper. "38 goals this season for Daniel Canoe. Looks to go in on goal now, and you could just see that move from where I'm positioned here in my commentary position. The ball being laced through. But the Cardiff City skipper sensed it as well and covered well for the visitors, as Anderson uses his body well to shield off his marker. Finds Williams. Interchanges with passes, and there's a deflection. It's going to be a throw-in for Charlton. It looks like we are going to see a third change for the Addicts. He's had a great game as right back. The modern wing back nowadays playing in this formation has to bomb forward and has to be alert from a defensive point of view as well, and that's exactly what Nathan Assimi has done. Now, I don't get the advantage of a scoreboard, so I'm relying on my on my eyesight to see the number on the back of the shirt of the substitute. I think, I'm not even going to guess, I'm going to wait for him to turn around. I think it might be Nazir Bakrin, but I will wait and confirm that for you. It is Nazir Bakrin, the imposing, versatile defender. Normally plays at a centre-back, but it looks like he's going to slot into the Charlton defence as Williams charges forward again. Ball to his left-hand side. Delivery comes in, it's cleared initially by Jones. Canoe is hustling, good pressure. Means that Charlton is still able to keep the ball in the attacking third. It's the centre-backs, O'Connor and Barker, pressing high up the pitch. As it looks like Bakrin is going to play in that free. And Harris O'Connor comes into the right back role. O'Connor with the ball at his feet, plays it back to his skipper, switches over to the right hand side now to Anderson. Anderson to Bakrin. Bakrin getting plenty of touches in his opening minute on the pitch. Has a little bit of space to drive into, finds Lieburn. Lieburn with a lovely turn, a lovely pass into the path of Canoe. Jones is there, Lee Burn's there, can he find the shot? Oh, he gets the shot away, and it's a good block from Cardiff City, who are under some pressure here from Charlton, wanting to get another goal, sensing they've got the opportunity to come away with a really positive victory this afternoon. Anthony Hayes' young side find themselves enjoying another good spell in this game. All over the park they've been exceptional. To a man, they've won all their individual battles. Williams keeps the ball in play, finds Bakrin. Bakrin turns his body, opens up, enables him to play it back to the keeper. And I mentioned at the start of this coverage from Charlton TV that the last time these two teams met at the Cardiff Stadium back in October, it was Cardiff who won the game, and guess what the scoreline was? 4-1. Charlton have looked like a team wanting to enact a little bit of revenge. From the moment the game got underway, they've played with an intensity that has granted them this free goal advantage. As we see 75 minutes on the clock, 15 left to play here. Williams drops deep, exchanges passes with Agerman. Agerman gets the ball back again. It's really interesting to see the movement both on and off the ball from this Charlton team, particularly in the middle of the park. You sense with Anderson and Agerman, they're constantly glancing, looking at the space and shape around them, and if they see gaps, if they sense danger, they're very proactive rather than reactive, which sometimes is a very underrated skill as a midfielder. Foul on Bakrin. A tired, clumsy challenge from Cardiff City, who haven't had much go their way in that attacking third because of the performance of the Charlton defence. Canoe dropping deep to pick up play. I don't think there's a blade of grass that Anderson hasn't covered in this game so far. Now he drops to give his keeper an option, finds Agerman. Cardiff just chasing shadows at the moment, trying to pick the ball off of Charlton, and it's Charlton that need to be careful. I love to see creativity, I love to see skill like we did then from Agerman with the clever little turn, but just be careful where you do that, because then Cardiff could have opened up the game. And although the lead is a substantial one, from a defensive point of view, Anthony Hayes would have loved to have got a clean sheet today. The last that Charlton gathered was back in September. And that's probably the only thing missing from this performance in what has been a really good all-round display. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage that we brought to you on Charlton TV. It's been a pleasure to have your company this afternoon. Plenty coming up on Charlton TV. The trip to Cambridge this evening. And plenty of action to enjoy here at the Valley. Of course, the first team are here on Saturday, and the women's team as well will be playing at the Valley for the first time as a professional outfit against Durham, as Lee Burn does really, really well there. Gets the ball back once more. First time pass to Mitchell. Centre back coming forward to get involved with the attacking play. Lee Burn couldn't find the forward pass, so pays it back instead, which was the right decision. But it's read well by Cardiff, who attack down this right hand side now. Some space opening up over on that side of the pitch, but Bakrin covers really, really well. Concedes the throw in, but in that position, that gives the opportunity for his teammates to drop back and get into their defensive shape. As you can see, Williams and Anderson doing so. Ball looks to be laced in, but Bakrin gets ahead to it. All the Cardiff City outfield players now in the Charlton half. As Leahy plays it to his right hand side. They've scored 39 goals so far this season, Cardiff. And Charlton will be wanting to make sure there's no more, as Lee Burn Crosses the ball first time. Canoe gets the hat trick. He gets the hat trick. Of course he does. And he owes his teammate a lot for yet another fabulous assist. 39 goals. He takes the match ball home and he makes it Charlton 5, Cardiff 1. Let's watch that goal again, shall we? More great work from Williams with a good ball that slices open the Cardiff defence, finds Leeburn, who knows exactly where he needs to put it when he's playing alongside Daniel Canoe. And Canoe just makes it look so easy. But that movement, that understanding, that reading of the game only comes naturally to players with the quality of Daniel Canoe. It's been a great afternoon for the Charlton centre forward. We'll be hoping that his display has impressed not only you, but manager Johnny Jackson as well. 10 minutes left to play here at the Valley, and Charlton's young stars have really taken the opportunity of playing at this fantastic stadium to put on a really, really enjoyable, impressive display. And everything that's been created from the midfield moving forwards has been an absolute delight to bring you. So many players involved, the quality of the movement. And Ewan Williams as well, whilst not on the score sheet, has had a fantastic afternoon. Now it's the turn of Cardiff. No, it's not, because guess who's there? Williams, once again. Williams to Leeburn. Leeburn with a great shrug of the shoulder, drives forward to his left, gets the ball stuck under his feet a little bit there, Leeburn. Hustles, and that, oh, the ball looked like it rolled off to me, but it's still alive. And you can be sure there's a tussle, there's some shirt pulling, it's all getting rather physical, but that intensity is exactly what manager Anthony Hayes will want from his team. They might be 5-1 up, but it's about professionalism and it's about not letting up, and it's about showing a degree of ruthlessness, which his team have done this afternoon. Talk about a reaction, talk about a comeback. Going a goal down after 7 minutes seems a very, very long time ago now. Anderson on the ball for Charlton. It's intercepted, and Cardiff City attack down the right hand side. Backrins there. He's looked very assured since coming on for Charlton Athletic. Cardiff on the outskirts of the box, forced into an effort from long distance, and Charlton will be very happy with that. Content that if the only type of chance Cardiff are able to get this afternoon is one like that. There were 6 goals last time out. There are 6 goals so far this afternoon. Can Charlton add to their tally? With the front three looking as dangerous as they are, you wouldn't rule it out, that's for sure. The tempo of the game just fizzling, as you would anticipate and expect with Charlton having gained the advantage that they have done. They just need to tidy up with possession though, just to ensure that Cardiff don't get any sort of consolation from their trip to South East London. Got 7 minutes of normal time to be played. Leeburn to Williams. degree of routine creeping into the Charlton play now. Applause from the Charlton bench. I think they can just sense the style and manner in which Charlton have showed so many sides to their game. A degree of resilience when going a goal behind, creativity from midfield, unselfishness in the way that the assists have been delivered, and clinical finishing, mainly from that man, Daniel Canoe. And the substitutes have played their part today as well. Tyrell Adjemang and Miles Lieben. And Nazir Bakrin as well coming on has ensured that Charlton have looked solid throughout. Fourth versus third. But in certain spells of today, Charlton have looked a class apart. A performance that will really encourage manager Anthony Hayes. As Charlton prepare for their final few games of the season. They travel to Crewe on Monday the 25th before coming back here to the Valley on Monday the 2nd of May, hosting Hull. Charlton playing the ball in and around the penalty area, which always brings a degree of nervousness, even when you are 5-1 up. And that's a hack, a frustrated challenge that will lead to a Cardiff booking. Bakrin got there first, got there comfortably, and will require some treatment, but hopefully nothing too serious. We've seen a number of Charlton players putting their bodies on the line when needed to, and of course let's not forget Jeremy Santos, who's had a brilliant season. Was really looking forward to seeing him play this afternoon, but unfortunately he had to come off with less than 15 minutes on the clock. Bakrin up on his feet now, shaking off that tackle. He will have to make his way off the field of play to be reintroduced, although the referee seems to allow it. I've not seen that for a while, but hey ho, we'll take it. We're back underway into the final 3 minutes of the match here at Charlton. The young academy stars putting on a really good all-round display this afternoon as the skipper plays the ball long into the path of Adjemang. Adjemang's first touch keeps it under control. He cuts it back, squares it to Williams. Williams over to his left-hand side now. The delivery comes into the box towards the far post. The keeper doesn't get as much onto it as he would have liked. And he has his left back to thank for clearing the danger, because Daniel Canoe was there and waiting for any sort of error to try and grab his 40th of the season. Adjemang and Anderson over on that left-hand side. Adjemang trying to find a way past his midfield counterpart. And Cardiff clear their lines, but even now, 5-1 up, the number of red shirts surrounding the Cardiff players, and that level of intensity has really been consistent from the first minute to the 88th, as Anderson is fouled. Charlton get the free kick. Williams and Mitchell exchange passes. Canoe on the ball. Thought about playing it wide. Goes back. Will play it out to his right on the second time of asking. Barker under some pressure. Gets the foul in the end. And still plays the ball quickly. the eagerness and hunger in this Charlton team is very, very encouraging and promising for the future first team squad. Lieburn, with his back to goal, plays it back to Williams. Williams' first time pass to Anderson, he receives it back. The first time pass on the second occasion wasn't the strongest, but Daniel Canoe is there and he's dispossessed his defender. Looks to get the shot away and his footing just went beyond him there. You were thinking, in the form that Daniel Canoe is in, that is probably one of his easier chances of the game. All the time in the world. Part chip, part strike. He didn't quite come off for the youngster on that occasion, but I think with a hat-trick in the bag, he can be forgiven. That looked to be a foul on Bakrin, taken quickly by Williams, plays it back to Ajaman. Williams with the turn. The pass just missing out on the accuracy, but Charlton keep the attack alive. They're on goal once more, and Canoe with the shot. Lieburn with the follow-up, and it's in for Charlton. Further gloss added to a fantastic day. That is the full-time whistle. It's the final touch for Charlton. It's the substitute, Miles Lieburn, coming off the bench. He's had a really positive afternoon, and he makes it Charlton 6, Cardiff City 1. What a 90 minutes for the boys. Having gone a goal behind after 7 minutes, when Isaac Jeffrey's deflective shot hit the back of the net, Anthony Hayes' side went about their business, and they went about it in some style. They equalised after 23 minutes, courtesy of Ryan Viggers' shot, which crept beyond the inside post of the goalkeeper. And then with half an hour played, Daniel Canoe got his first of the game in the right place at the right time to finish a delightful cross that came in from his teammate Viggers. And then after the break, Croy Anderson, who had a fantastic game in the middle of the park for Charlton, with a fine right-footed finish, smashed the ball beyond the outstretched palms of Matt Turner. Daniel Canoe then grabbed a brace after 66, got his hat-trick with less than 10 minutes to go, and then with the final touch of the game, under-18s striker Miles Lieburn made it Charlton 6, Cardiff 1. A fantastic day here at the Valley for Charlton's young stars. They travel next to Crewe, but they will be back here on the 2nd of May to wrap up the season against Hull. And if they play like that, it should be another game we can all look forward to. Thank you so much for joining us here on Charlton TV. It's been an absolute pleasure. It finishes Charlton 6, Cardiff 1.
Yeah. reason for being. You helped build our home. You were there through the highs and the lows. You led the charge back to the valley, laying the foundations for the club we are today. Your unwavering passion and dedication, week in, week out, drives us forward. You make the club that it is. You